Hey guys, welcome to Purgatory.
Purgatory.
And you knew it was coming. You had to know. You knew it was coming. This is about pain and suffering. There's a channel with pain and suffering. You knew it was coming. Except you didn't. You didn't. You really didn't. Colleen Hoover, one of the biggest authors like ever, and especially right now. You've had to have heard of her. She's terrible. She is famous for her bad writing, rape, just overall bad stuff. And so that obviously means that I have to look at it. Today is a read-through. This is a reaction. I'm reading it and complaining about it, you know, like how a lot of people do, like lae'zel and stuff like that. Thanks, because I started reading these because of you, so thank you. Hate you, love you. But they're not reactions. So I'll be doing that, but it's also a reaction. So I'm picking the smallest one first. Here we have Maybe Not by Colleen Hoover, as in maybe not rape people. I refuse to pay for these books. I refuse to give Colleen any money. I do not support gross people. So I refuse to give Colleen money for this. So I didn't. I went to a secondhand bookstore and I had the chance, experience, whatever you want to call it, to flip through one of the books. I just opened it up to a random page. I was reading what was on the page. I don't know why. The first thing my eyes glanced on this first page of this book for the first time, what were some not good things.
Okay, so I have some books here. Some of hers, and I'm looking, and I have Maybe Not. I have Maybe Not here, and I just opened to a random page. It's like not even halfway through the book, it's like maybe a quarter way. And there's like rape. She keeps saying, stop, Warren, stop. I don't. Stop, Warren, stop. And somehow pull out of her and press my face against her chest, gasping for air. It hurts, God, it hurts. What the fuck? What the heck? She's saying, stop like a million times. She's said so many times. God.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to this. I'm excited to do it because I know it's going to be awful, and I always go over awful things. But, like, this is, like... I don't want to read rape. Like, you know what I mean? But we're going to do it. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. The camera's going to change in, like, a little bit. But after that, and after I give my dog medicine, we are getting into it. Unfortunately... Obligatory self-promo. I know, but I have to do it. Hello guys, I've been trying to get to 10k subscribers for a little bit because I have something I'm going to announce at the end of it. I do not usually care about this stuff. I just saw it as a good opportunity to see if I could do it, and if I can't, then that's completely fine. But I thought it might be fun to see, and I don't expect anything, but to see if we can get to 10k subscribers before the year is over. Does it make any sense? No. Do I think it's going to happen? No. Can I still try to get it to happen? Yes. There's not even like 10 days left in the month or something like that, but I just want to see. Call it an experiment, if you will. But honestly, even if I don't care, because I just wanted to thank you guys so much for getting to me where I am today. I can very safely say that I did not think that this is where I would be by the time the year was over, as I've been posting videos for the past few years, trying to get them up, though I have gotten rid of quite a bit of them. So before the year is over, I just wanted to thank you guys so much for blowing up a couple of my videos and just appreciating the work that I put into my videos, because I put in a lot. So much so that I've made this like my job, because I put so much time and energy and planning and scripts into it and everything that it takes up all of my time. And I just remember how I used to talk to my friend or my sister about just how devastating it is that I put in so much time, all of my time and all of my effort, and just so much of myself, all of myself into my videos, only for maybe 10 people to see it. So it's really nice that even if my last video got like 300 views, and I'm still grateful. And some of you are routine viewers, and I remember your names, and I remember your faces and your profile pictures, and it's always a joy to see you guys in the comments. It can be really hard when I'm talking about things that are important to me and trying to talk about how I think as fandom we need to be better people and have a more open mind, and how what we consume and enjoy can affect other people. It's really hard to talk about those kinds of things and then receive so much genuine hate
Like in the last video, in my last Astarian video, people were so mean, assaulting my looks and everything, and I can't say I'm not used to it. But it doesn't mean that it's not hard. It doesn't mean that it makes me not want to make more videos on it. I will continue to do so because I think it's important, but it does affect me. Of course it does. I'm a human. So it's so very, very healing and just kind and sweet to see those who do support me and those that are just kind, and then the people that fight for me in the comments so that I don't have to. It's very, very sweet, and I recognize it every single time. Thank you. Just wanted to say that before we get into the video and before the year is over. So thank you guys so much for coming with me on my journey, and I hope that you guys will be here next year and that we grow even more. It's been lovely interacting with all of you, and I hope to see you in the next year. Bye.
With that out of the way, let's get to maybe not, as in maybe not read Colleen Hoover and make a video on her if you want to be happy. Okay, so thus far, the main character is named, I knew it at one point, Promise. The main character's name is Warren, and he just woke up to a super cool, awesome prank by his bro that he lives with in an apartment of some kind of pepper juice in the eyes or something like that. So he runs to the bathroom to wash his eyes out, and then all of a sudden he's getting yelled at. He is getting hit by this random person who he's never heard before because he can't see because his eyes are still, get out, you pervert. And it's a woman. So he's like, why is there a woman here? I don't live with any women. So he goes to another dude. False. Another dude comes up to him. He stands in between them. He's like, why are you all fighting? Because, oh, by the way, Warren's naked and she was peeing when he burst into the bathroom at naked. While she's peeing. So the other dude, Brennan, lets him know that she is his new roommate. He says, Bridget, your new roommate. I pause. Why did he just call her my roommate? I wonder why. I wonder why he just called her your roommate. It's almost like she's probably your roommate. What do you mean, roommate? No one asked me if I wanted a new roommate. Brennan shrugs. You barely pay rent, Warren. You don't really have a say in who lives here. Epic burn. That was pretty good, actually. That made me laugh. That gave me a little giggle. That was funny. And then we get to the awesome part. This isn't good. I can't share a bathroom with a girl.
Every day I wake up.
Sir, I'm going to have to beg you to be entirely serious. I'm a guy, and she's a girl. We all know that girls and guys can't share bathrooms because girls are girly. Guys are... Can we talk about how the term isn't guy-y, but there's girly, but not guy-y? Anyway. And guys are too masculine, and girls are girly, and feminine is bad. So we can deduce that them sharing bathrooms isn't a good idea. I'm gonna have to beg you to be entirely serious. Especially a girl with that good of an arm. And especially a girl with all that bronzed skin. I would like to take back the idea of making a video on this book. She thought you were a pervert because you ran in naked while she's on the toilet. She's hitting you because she's like, oh my god, what is gonna happen to me? And he's like, she has such a good arm. She was fighting for her life with all that bronzed skin. I mean, at least we know that he's not like a super big white supremacist or something, I guess. I look away from her. I hate that she's hot. I hate that she's a brunette because I really like her long, light brown hair and the way it's pulled back all messy and shit. Damn it. I'm loving the writing so far. Page 4, and I'm already loving it. I also love that we're like using this as like an excuse to explain what she looks like without being like that cringy, like, my name is Bridget and I have medium length light brown hair. I'm wearing ripped black jeans, and you know what I mean? This is like a little loophole or something like that. And it's terrible. Oh, I hate it. A loophole through that via a misogynistic man. I could just do without that, you know? The bathroom door closes in my face, and I'm standing in my room again, still naked, and maybe a little emasculated. emasculated because she shoved you out of the bathroom so she could continue her piss. That whole situation made you feel emasculated? Okay, if you say so. Seconds later, the water begins running in the shower. She's in the shower. My shower. She's probably taking off her shirt right now, tossing it on the floor, pulling her panties down over her hips. I'm fucked. My apartment is my sanctuary. My man cave. The only place I can go in my life that isn't ruled by women. All my professors are women. My sister and my mother are both women. Once Bridget steps into my shower and makes it all her own, with all her girly shampoos and razors and shit, I'm screwed. That's my shower. That's my shower. He unironically said the words, my man cave. Also, crazy take. Her girly shampoos and razors and shit. So we don't know what shit means, right? Girly shampoo. Okay, so you don't use shampoo? And razors and shit. And razors, you don't shave? Ever? At all? I don't believe that. I do not believe that you have the world's longest beard of all time, or that you have this, you know what? Maybe I do. I was going to say I don't believe that he has this like massive like scraggly, or not even massive, but just scraggly beard everywhere, like uneven, and just not, you know what I mean, because he never trims and doesn't do anything. But you know, I do believe that. I do believe that actually. That makes sense. You let a girl move in? I make the sign for a roommate and continue. He's deaf. The dude he's talking to is deaf. What's his name? Ridge. Ridge is deaf. I make the sign for roommate and continue. Why in the world would you let a girl move in with us? If you got a problem, man, then just die or something. I don't know. I'm sorry to tell you this, but like 50% of the world is female, and a lot of them are women. And I'm sorry to break this news to you. What's your problem? Bro's the biggest like misogynist of all time. I like Brennan, but the fact that we've known each other for so long makes me feel like he's my little brother sometimes. My annoying as fuck little brother. My little brother who thinks moving his women who thinks moving his women into our apartment is a good idea. Misogynist and misogynist again. It just doesn't stop. It just doesn't cease. He wishes all the women on the planet would just poof away. And then he would complain about having no one to fuck. So it seems that she's only going to be there for a few months because she's just in a rough spot and needs a place to stay. Are you in love with her or something? Because if that's the case, this is the stupidest decision you've ever made. You'll get tired of her in a week, and then what? He's literally just being a decent person. He's literally just being a different person. Warren's like, nah. No. Die. So he's complaining even more, being misogynistic even more. Brennan rolls his eyes and begins walking back towards his bedroom. It's a bathroom, Warren. You're acting like a little shit. So see, he knows. Okay, I'm liking you, Brennan, so far. So far, I'm liking you. Okay. So, she leaves the bathroom. He hears her bedroom door shut, so he goes into the bathroom. My bathroom. I try to open the door from the living room, but it's locked on the inside. I walk through my bedroom and check that door, but it's locked too. I walk out of my room straight into her bedroom. My eyes catch a glimpse of her before she screams and pulls a towel in front of her. She was 100%... Okay, just do that. She was 100% naked. She just came out of the shower. What do people do when they come out of the shower? They get dressed because they were naked previously. Because see, when you shower, because I know you don't do that, so let me explain it to you. So he literally just walks into her room while he knows that she has to be naked. I hate this dude so much. It's bad enough I had to share a bathroom with a girl, but now I have to share it with a hot girl who has a severe mean streak, a hot girl with a sick tan. I hate Brennan. I hate Ridge. I also love them for doing this to me. Maybe having her for a roommate could be a good thing. What is it that I'm reading? What is it? I'll do accents well one day. What is it that what am I reading? Maybe it will be a good thing that I have a female roommate. Because I can just burst into her bedroom After I already burst into the bathroom completely naked. Has he gotten dressed yet? He hasn't gotten dressed yet. Ah! Some people just don't need to live. You know what I mean? Some people just don't need life. I hate that he's acting so mature and calm about this situation because my reactions make me feel really immature. I wonder why! Okay, he's 24. I'm so looking forward to how old she is. Though, I feel like she's gonna be, like, legal. You know what I mean? I know myself, and if I can't get rid of the new roommate right away, then I'll more than likely become infatuated with her. And if I'll be infatuated with her, I need to make sure Brennan isn't. Oh, it gets worse. You have to be honest with me because I think you might be in love with her. Help! I just don't get it. Do you just see a person, assume that they're female and a woman, and you're like, that's all I needed. That's all I needed. I'm ready to go. Because I think that's embarrassing. And why do you think he's in love with her? In love. Hey, I see that you're like, you fall on hard times and you're in a rough spot and it seemingly like might become homeless. You can live with me for a few months if you want. I just want to help you out, you know? I don't want you to have to be homeless or anything like that. I'm in love with you now, apparently. That's a confession of love. Keep that in mind, guys. Keep that in mind before you say that to anyone. Gestures of kindness towards that of the other sex. Because it always has to be of the other sex. It's fine if it's the same. It's different if it's the opposite sex. Because apparently, if you have a penis, you're attracted to anyone with a vagina. And if you have a vagina, you're attracted to anyone with a penis. That's just how it works, apparently. I hate the straights. I don't even know what I was saying. I'm done. Okay. Many things. You yelled at me 3 minutes ago because you hate her and don't want her to be here. And now you're saying you want her? Are you bipolar? I hate it because I agreed with him. Because, yeah, he's crazy and I liked him. You know, I thought he was a good character, all that good stuff, good person. And he's like, are you bipolar? Colleen coming through with her ableism once again. Like the most ableist person, other than Benedict Cumberbatch, of course. Why is she so mean? Is the mean in the room with us right now? Ugh, dude, he just met her. And not even met her. Like, it was like the worst meeting. And she's clearly unhappy with this fella, with this lad, with this guy, with this dude, with this boy, with this man. She's obviously displeased with him. And she doesn't, like, this was like the worst introduction. You know what I mean? She doesn't want to see you. And all that good stuff. But you also know you can't just drop a girl that looks like her in my lap and expect me not to go there in my head. And I just saw her naked and now I'm useless, ruined. She's so damn perfect beneath those clothes. And I just want to make sure I'm not stepping on any toes when I fantasize about her tonight. You know what? I'm not even going to say anything. I'm not even going to say anything, actually. Apparently her life is really hard. That's what they're making it sound like. Chapter 1 sucked. Chapter 1 sucked. That was chapter 1. It was bad. Bad, 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 bad. This is like the fanfiction that I wrote when I was 8 on fanfiction.net. Okay, let's take a little pause. Take a little pause. Take a little pause. I'm not watching any of that. I swear to God. It's on Instagram. I swear to God. Oh my God, I swear to God. Aaron, I just got that on camera. It's just me opening my phone and then that coming out of it with no context. You almost attached that clip to an email to your professor? And yes, I know it was Sherlock moaning. I know that moan anywhere. Okay, so now she has been living with them for 2 weeks in chapter 2. And he is trying to epically prank her. I don't annoy her. I think she might be attracted to me and that's why she's avoiding me. I'm not reading the other book. I was right. I was right. I was right. This dude's a millennial. This dude's a millennial. Listen. So we set up a prank because he just does epic pranks, bro. So he's doing a prank on her. He's literally looking for a react. He's literally like a male toddler. He's just seeking her attention, and so he's being mean to her. So he's pranking her, and he like put like cups of water around her room, whatever, or something like that. But she didn't make a sound. Other than, like, her coming in home, she didn't make a sound. And then he, like, went back out because he's like, what is going on? I'm so confused. Like, she's not yelling or upset or anything. And she just went straight to her room without any complaint. He said, her lack of response makes me feel like my prank was a failure. Which I know it wasn't. It was epic.
No fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
It was epic, awesome sauce, rainbow unicorn. Like, I hate this. Why did I ever have this idea? Guys, tell me this video was a bad idea and then I should stop doing this and never do it again. I want to be pissed at her. I want to hate her for sucking at prank retaliation. But I don't. I can't stop smiling because I love that her response caught me off guard. She's unexpected. And I like that. So he wakes up to her voice. She's wearing an oversized Sounds of Cedar t-shirt, and it doesn't even look like she's wearing anything underneath it. What's up, I ask her. She wants me. She totally wants me. I'm so glad I didn't pay full price for this book. I'm so glad I got it at a secondhand store and didn't give her my money. I am miserable in the fact that I am doing this video. Colleen Hoover has that male gaze in her soul. And then she wants me. She totally wants me. I want you. I want you to shut up. Was she just waiting for me to fall asleep so she could wake me up and yell at me? Was that her idea of revenge? She's such an amateur. I can't do this anymore! She works at Hooters. Of course she does. Of course she works at Hooters. Of course she does. This gloss bleeds so much. It's nice. It's a pretty color and it's cheap and it's by a good company that does not support Israel. But it bleeds, which sucks because it's really, really nice. It's like, no! This is a not rip-off. This is a kind of a rip-off. This is a rip-off Black Honey. It's called Black Cherry by Elf. And they're like cruelty-free, I think. Cruelty-free doesn't support Israel and is a good rip-off of Black Honey. Guys, run, don't walk. Elf, sponsor me. I love you guys. Ew, he's a thrower. He throws things. So she, like, epically pranked him with the water stuff, and then when he came out, she said, we're out of toilet paper. I couldn't find my razor, so I used yours, and also, I accidentally knocked your toothbrush into the toilet. Sorry, I rinsed it off for you, though. She closes the door right when one of the cups of water flies out of my hand and meets the back of the door. She's such a bitch. 1, she's not. 2, you're a thrower! Ew! You're a thrower! The most disgusting. Because he says, you can't have a final say in who lives here. I tried for 2 weeks to get along with her, and she's fucking impossible. He can have that, actually. He can have the final say, actually. You think pranking her is making an effort to get along with her? You have a hell of a lot to learn about women, Warren. Says literally anyone with common sense. And not just women, people, anyone, a human being. I do have to say, I do appreciate how they're not protective about her, but like how very straightforward and blunt they are that she's not leaving and he needs to get over it. Like, she's not leaving, she's staying. This is a you issue. This is a you problem. You figure it out because she's staying. I'm glad that they're that blunt about it and that they're quote unquote sticking up for her and just making sure that she has a place to stay and everything. Why does everyone seem better than the main character, Warren? But I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be liked. Wait. He slams his door and it pisses me off even more because I'm really tired of everyone slamming doors lately. I stomp across the living room and swing his door open. This is a child. Either she goes or I go. As soon as I say it, I regret it. Actually, I don't. I'm not going anywhere, but maybe the threat will change his mind. He shrugs. See ya. What's it? Is this Brennan? Brennan? I'm probably going to regret this, but my number is 657. His hand grips the door and he tries to close it in my face, but I slap my palm against it and push it back open. Child, again. You're fucking her, I say. Stop it already. I'm not fucking her. My jaw is clenched tightly and I'm nodding my head slowly. That's the only explanation for why he's endlessly defending her. I don't know why you won't just admit it, Brennan. It's fine. You're in love with Bridget and you don't want her to move out. If you would just admit it, I'd stop. I hate my life! I'm not in love with Bridget, he says calmly. She's my sister. Why can't we have... Why can a man... This is just... Never mind! I don't stand him. He's not bad, but I do not stand him anymore or whatever. Why can men never... Ever. Why can men never be kind to a woman, treat a woman like a person, whatever, without like having a relationship with them already or wanting to have like a romantic relationship with them already? Especially when I thought that, like, I literally just said I'm glad that that's how they're you know what I mean? Chapter 3 is 2.5 pages. Can you see it? Also, Ridge and Brennan are brothers, I think. And Warren is apparently like family because they lived with me after they left home. My parents took them in and gave them a roof over their heads and food on the table. Okay. And they're going to get a paternity test soon to see if she is actually their sister. I sit down on the bed and try to soak everything in. This changes everything. Not really. If she's Ridge and Brennan's sister, she won't just be my roommate. She and her attitude and her tiny little Hooters shorts will be a part of our lives forever. What if... Hot take. What if you decided to cease to exist? Brennan was right. I'm disgusting. I've never felt more disappointed in myself than I have these past 2 weeks. Since I found out she might be their sister, I haven't been able to stop staring at her. I keep trying to pinpoint mannerisms they have in common or physical features, but the only thing I've noticed is how hot she looks in that Hooters outfit. Which in turn makes me disgusted with myself because thoughts of her in her uniform lead me to some really strange dreams. Last night I dreamt I walked into the apartment and she was standing in the kitchen in those tiny orange shorts with her midriff showing. But when my eyes made it to her face, it wasn't her face I was looking at, it was Brennan's! He was smiling at me with a shit-eating grin, and right as I started gagging, Ridge walked out of his room wearing the same Hooters outfit. Speechless just 4 chapters in. Speechless just 21 pages in. It's at the point where if it doesn't start paying off during the next scheduled tour, it may be the last one they go on. That's what you get for naming your band Sounds of Cedar. It says a lot about Bridget's personality that seeing her do something like this could actually be fascinating. She'd make an interesting anthropological study, considering she doesn't seem to conform to how society expects a young woman to act. What? Colleen, you don't know how to write. Stop it. Like, just stop it. She's just not like other girls. Like, I'm gonna need y'all to catch on that in this day and age, the whole not like other girls thing is outdated and cringy. Like, we find it cringy, we don't like it, it's stupid, it's silly, it's embarrassing. It makes sense, but it's embarrassing. And she'd make an interesting anthropological study. Something about a man looking at a woman being like, she should be studied, gives me the ick. I just don't like it, you know? I think that makes sense. I'm ending my life! This was the final straw. This was my final straw. You're not... Again! Dude, my camera keeps dying on me at really bad times. Not now, Aaron. I can't take this anymore. 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 So she's talking to someone. She's talking, I assume her sister. Talking to her sister on the phone. It's on speakerphone. Why would you ever do that? She's talking to her sister on speakerphone. She is talking about her crappy roommate. Bridget says, you can make it till you graduate. And then we can get our own place? My ears perk up hearing her mention the possibility of moving out. We can't afford our own place, Bridget says. We could if you would go back to doing porn films. It was one porn, Bridget says defensively. We needed the money. Besides, I was in it for all of 3 minutes, so will you stop bringing that up? Holy shit. Please say the name. Please say the name. I have to know the name of this porn. And we're, oh god. Ah! This is so bad. I forgot what was happening because I took a little break. Oh, and real quick before I move on from this, though I don't know how anyone can move on from this, this really shows how little Colleen knows about anything. She clearly has no idea how the porn industry works because she was just an extra in the background for all of 3 minutes, and they could afford to move in together if she kept doing that. Girl, even the main stars of porn, when they're not like gigantic like actors, porn actors, even they don't get paid more than like maybe a couple $100. Literally, what are you talking about? She's like sex obsessed, but also sex ignorant. I don't get it. Anyway, I feel like I'm two different people right now. I'm a guy who finds his new roommate insanely attractive, but I'm also a guy who can't stand to be around his bitchy new roommate. Bitchy! You're the problem. You're the problem. I'm also a guy who's about to do some heavy research into the porn industry because I have to find that movie. Have to. It's all I'm going to be able to think about until I see it with my own eyes. About your crush's sister when she's in it for apparently a total of 3 minutes. And I'm speechless. And you're going digging for it. This is actually disgusting. Mega creep. And she only did it because she needed the money. And you still want to go watch it? And they made her last name Cox. He said, I laugh. Bridget Cox, seriously? Because he asked for her last name. He asked Brennan for her last name. So that he could look up the porn. He is a literally sick, disgusting. I hate this man so much. You don't understand. I hate this man so much. You don't understand. You do not understand. You do not. What the fuck? You don't understand. You don't get it. He also has the last name of my ex, which is interesting, unfortunately. But I hate this man. Like, I already really didn't like him with how misogyny. You know, he sucks. I really didn't I basically hated him, but this whole porn thing? Oh, I just hope we never see him again. That's it. Wait. Was Bridget the one who did the porn? Am I not paying attention? I'm an idiot. Bridget's the one that did the porn. That's even worse! Is it worse? I don't know! You would think it's not weird at all to just go and search for it. Like, you're looking everywhere. They're trying to search for it without asking. They're coming for you. You hear that? They're on their way. They're on their way for you. Whatever your stupid little name is. I forgot your name. Warren. Yeah, you're... warning for Warren. It's a short for warning. That was the police coming for you. I am curious as to why she never locks the doors when she's in the shower. My first thought leads me to believe that she likes it when I walk in on her. Why else would she leave them unlocked? Come to think of it, she also wears that damn uniform way longer than she needs to. She puts it on a good 2 hours before going to work, and she leaves it on just as long when she gets home. Most people spend as little time as possible in their work clothes, but Bridget seems to be flaunting her ass in my face. I pause at the bottom of the stairs and watch as her ass makes its way towards my car. Holy shit, I think Bridget is into me. A smile slowly spreads across my face as I make my way to the driver's seat. Bridget wants me. This is gonna be fun. I cannot believe I just read that. Sick. This is literal, not creep behavior. This is perpetrator behavior. PBTM, perpetrator behavior. And then the whole uniform thing. Maybe she just wants to be ready to go. Maybe she wakes up and then just gets dressed in the clothes she's gonna have to wear later because she doesn't want to get dressed later. I would do that. Looking at her ass and watching as it makes its way to my car. That's part of her. That's her. He is like the worst person on the planet. No. He's like the worst person ever. And I assume we're supposed to like him, Colleen. I didn't I didn't like you before because of the other things I've watched. I've like watched people I watched people read your books, didn't like you, but I'm literally speechless. I did not realize it was like this bad. He's literally just constantly, she can't do anything. She cannot do, even if she's doing this on purpose, she literally cannot do anything without him sexualizing her. She's just staring at her legs. She has one propped up on the dash, and she keeps running her hand up and down her thigh. I can't tell if she's doing it in a seductive way or because she likes the sound of her fingernails scraping over her pantyhose. That was the last straw. I think that's it for today. I literally can't handle this. I literally can't handle this. I can't handle this. So, do you like your job? Yes, Warren, I love it. I love it when disgusting old men grab my ass night after night, and I especially love it when drunk guys think my boobs are an accessory and not an extension of my body. Replay. I pause at the bottom of the stairs and watch as her ass makes its way towards my car. I shake my head. I don't know why I thought it would be a good idea to speak to her. I exhale and don't bother asking her any more questions. She's impossible to talk to.
I'm gonna kill myself! I'm going to kill myself, and it's your fault!
It was an answer. She answered you and it was just an answer! The tips are good, she says quietly. I smile and look back at the road. I smile because I know that's as close as an apology as Bridget is capable of giving. Apology for what? Apology for what? Apology for what? What is she apologizing for? What went wrong? What happened? What went wrong? What did she do wrong? After I make it home, the first thing I do is set timers on every single porn on pay-per-view. A few hours, fast-forwarding through most of them, pausing it anytime it lands on a girl that even remotely resembles her. I take into account that she may have been wearing a wig, so I can't rule women out simply based on their hair color. Ridge takes a seat next to me on the couch, and I consider putting the TV on captions for him, but I don't. Let's be honest, pornos aren't known for their riveting storylines. His possible sister? For the porn for his possible... I don't know that I can go on anymore. Living, that is. He doesn't even care. He doesn't even care that Ridge said that could be his sister. And he doesn't care. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't... People who have read Colleen's books for YouTube, can you give me tips on how to keep the brain cells inside your head when you read these books so that they don't escape? Because I've already lost so many, and I don't think I can afford many like others to escape. He picks her up from work. She's not happy because he's late. His response is, "You're welcome for the ride, Bridget." Yeah, but she can also still be upset about that, especially when she works at Hooters and just talks about how she literally sexually assaulted it like every single day. Also, she goes up the stairs, slams her door shut, the front door shut. When I reach the apartment, she's already in her bedroom. I try to be understanding, but this is just, it's fucking rude. I give her a ride to and from work, and all she does is bitch at me. You don't have to be taught manners to know how inappropriate that kind of behavior is. Hell, I'm one of the most inconsiderate people I know, and I would never treat someone like she's treating me. She is not the bad guy here. You are. She didn't say anything mean to you. I would have said a whole lot more. Like, she just said, "You're late." And then kind of showed anger and like her aura, and then didn't thank you for the ride, because he even says, "I don't know if it's simply because I'm late picking her up or because she had a shitty night at work." The work that she gets sexually assaulted at every single night. And then the guy who literally just talked about how he doesn't have like the maturity, and he's very impulsive, and he doesn't take people's feelings into consideration. Sorry, my brain cells are leaving. He says, "It's just rude. I give her a ride to and from work, and all she does is bitch at me." She didn't! That's first off, that's what I'm confused about. Where is the bitching? Where is that? She didn't say anything. She just said, "You're late." And then you don't have to be taught manners to know how inappropriate that kind of behavior is. Oh, I'm one of the most inconsiderate people I know. I would never treat someone like she's treating me. Sorry, I just don't get illogical people. Like, just a second ago, you said, Shut the fuck up. So he's explaining how they're literally like, they're fighting at the sink, basically. They're elbowing each other. They're angrily spitting. Whatever her reason for acting the way she doesn't excuse the fact that she still didn't say thank you for the ride. She's treating me like I ruined her life and all I've done is try to accommodate her. I genuinely don't understand. Like, I genuinely don't, like, I feel like I'm going crazy. It's like frustrating me. Like, I feel like I'm going, am I missing something? Is Colleen doing this because we're supposed to, like, not like him? Like, I genuinely don't understand. Like, what's likable about him? What has he done that's likable? He's not a likable person. Like, what has he done that show that he's not a crappy person or that he's a likable person at all? Does he have any redeeming qualities whatsoever? His name is not Hunter, it's Warren. And all I've done is tried to accommodate her. Is the accommodation in the room with us right now? Ew! Oh no. I take a slow step towards her, towering over her. You hate that. She presses her back against the sink and keeps her eyes focused on mine as I lean forward. Our chests are almost touching now. I can feel the heat radiating from her as her lips slowly part. She's not pushing me away this time. In fact, it looks like she's daring me to keep going. Perpetrator behavior. Place my hands on either side of her, locking her in. She still doesn't resist, and I know if I tried to kiss her right now, she wouldn't resist that either. Yeah. I pull my bottom lip into my mouth, slowly sliding my teeth across it. Ugh! I just got the ick. I just got the ick. I just got the ick. She watches my mouth with fascination. My heart is in my throat and my palms are sweating. Mom, spaghetti. Sorry. Wiping my mouth with the hand towel again, I turn toward my bedroom. Good night, Bridget. Mean girls are my weakness, and I think I just now figured that out. My friend is enjoying watching the new Doctor Who episode right now. Reliving his childhood. Getting nostalgia. I'm pretty sure he was crying over some scenes. And I'm reading this, what me and my friend have deemed the rape book. I'm reading the rape book. And he's... I had to take a break to eat some candied yams that were way too sweet for me, but not near enough sweet enough for my mom. And make another coffee. How do you like your coffee? This is just black coffee with cream in it. She's sitting on the couch next to me in that thin tank top without a bra. I can handle this. Is this what straight people read? Because the thing is, it's not even the premise itself. It's not the premise itself that's the problem. Because I read those fics and I'm like, okay. And I enjoy it. And I would totally... And in fact, where are they? Jerisky writers, I'm gonna need that. That ship specifically, I'm gonna need that now. It's not the premise itself. I've read those fics. I've liked those fics. I clearly want more of them. It's how this is happening, how they're going about it, and how it's being written. I don't know how to explain it because I'm not a writer, but there's like no flavor. There's no personality in the words, if that makes sense. People like her. That's why she's one of the biggest, like, people like her and her writing. I just don't get it. Why don't you go read like elementary school books? Like, I don't get it. Like, I'm so serious. I don't get it. I could just ask her, but that's not a good idea. If she knows I know she was in a porn film, she'd definitely do everything she could to make sure I never find out. He literally needs therapy, and you know he's not going to get therapy because what will men do? Anything but go to therapy. She gets up and unplugs the TV and then sits back down. I don't know how I ever got beyond her horrible attitude enough to be attracted to her. She's vile. I don't care how good she looks, she'll never find anyone who can put up with her personality. Vile? That's your definition of vile? Imagine if you met someone that was like you. You can be a real bitch sometimes, you know that? Yeah, well, you're addicted to porn. At least I wasn't in a porn. You don't think it seems a little fishy that you show up out of the blue and claim to be the long-lost sister to the most popular local band in Austin? She says something. I grin because I know that got to her. I might come out victorious again. So he's trying to... Anyone who likes Warren, I mean this in the kindest way possible, genuinely. Like, actually, genuinely. Please go to therapy. You deserve so much better. Either as someone who may be attracted to him or someone who's like him and that's why you like him. Go to therapy, please, for your own well-being and all of ours. Now take your homework and go back to your borrowed room. My borrowed room? You don't even pay rent, Warren. All you do is flaunt your ass and fantasize about me kissing you. Okay, see, this is what happens when you try to, because she was spitting. She was getting him. And then that's what happens when you try to talk to like, delusional people. It's not going to feel like you, quote unquote, for lack of a better term, like, won or whatever. Because they're just delusional. Okay, that's low. She can insult my laziness, my finances, my new porn addiction, but she cannot insult my bedroom skills, especially when she doesn't have first-hand experience. I don't need pointers to please a woman, Bridget. I was born with natural talent. Born with the natural talent of fucking? Like, what? As a baby, you're just like, I know. Yeah, that's a little creepy. Oh my. I'm literally dying from this. Don't. No! Her focus falls on my mouth, and as soon as I see the tiniest flash of desire in her eyes, I lunge forward. My tongue forces through the barrier of her lips, and she devours me in response. I kiss her hard, and she kisses me even harder. I'm pulling at a fistful of her hair while she scratches down my neck with her fingernails. Fuck, it hurts. She hurts. I want more. Ew. Oh, no. I understand why queer fanfic is so cishet woman dominated. I really do understand. Not that that's an excuse, but I'm just saying I really do understand. You deserve better than this. There's better things than this out there, all over the internet, or even just read straight fanfic. That's the thing. You gotta find healthy ships. And then read that fanfic. And I'm sorry, but fanfic is better than books. I don't care. And I'm just going as a general rule, in my opinion. I'm not saying there aren't amazing books. Like, I just read the Percy Jackson books, you know, and I made videos on me reading the Percy Jackson books. One video. But fanfiction has literally, it's changed the, like, reading, like, fanfics. Some fanfics have changed the trajectory of my life. They've made me literally who I am. Some of them I have ruined me in good and horrible ways, and they've literally shaped me into the person I am today. I like the person that I am today. It's like, please take to AO3. Oh yeah, I forgot to even tell you the reason why I'm saying all of this. Her hands are in my hair, and I don't want her to move out. I want her to stay. I want her to be my roommate forever. She's the best fucking roommate I've ever had, and oh god, she's so nice. Sorry. My god, she's so nice. How did I ever think she was mean? She's so sweet, and her lips are sweet, and Bridget, I love your name. But the second that her lips touched mine, it just became different. How did I ever think she was mean? She's so nice, and she's the best roommate I've ever had, even though I hated her 2 seconds ago, and she's so sweet. Her lips are so sweet. I love your name, even though I hated your name before. I am gonna go read fanfic after this. She's an evil vixen. An evil vixen. An evil vixen. Don't do that again, she says, angry and breathless. Her voice makes me wince. You started it, I say defensively. She's given nothing to show she likes him at all, in any single way, as a person, as a friend, as a dude she lives with, as a partner in any kind of way. You probably fuck like a limp noodle. I fuck like I'm Thor. I just don't. I'm reading this. I'm reading this. Why? He asks, perplexed. Did she do it willingly? Yes, she did it willingly, asshole. She wants me. Is the willingly in the room with us right now? This is perpetrator behavior. Thinking that she's asking for it and that she wants it when she's given no single sign that she likes it or him in any kind of way. And I'm looking at the page and it's just gonna get worse. Cool. You can't make one chapter like 2.5 pages and then this one like 1 trillion pages. Bruh. Comes back from her job in a bad mood asking where the alcohol is. Want to talk about it? No. I don't push it. I don't even know that I really want to know about her day. Why would we treat women like humans? Because they're clearly objects to fuck, you know what I mean? Clearly. No! I'm running away! I'm running away! I'm running away! I'm running away! Did you have sex on camera? No. But you made out with a guy? Wasn't a guy. Holy fuck. I turned around and gripped the bar with one hand while making the form of a cross over my body with the other. There's nothing like sexualizing women loving women. I have a whole video on that about why that's bad and disgusting. Revolting. Colleen, stay in your own lane. Okay, if you're gonna be nasty and gross like that, stay in your own lane, in your own straight lane. Stay there. Nasty. Receive help! Warren, if I have sex with you, you have to promise you won't get clingy afterward. I laugh, but I don't move away from her neck. If you have sex with me, Bridget, you're the one in danger of becoming clingy. You'll want so much more of me, I won't be able to tell the difference between you and Saran Wrap. I mean, at least he seemingly... Well, no, because I remember what I read in that part of the book, but... Other than that, right now, he seems to be, it's consensual, and he's seemingly being respectful, in the way that, like, he went to do something, and she said, I make the call, and put his hands to the bed. What did I just say, Warren? And so he nods, so she's in charge. So it seems he's, you know what I mean, because they didn't have a conversation about this like they should have, especially if we're going to be doing the sub-dom kind of thing. Whatever. What are healthy... Dom sub dynamics. What are healthy BDSM dynamics? I don't know what that is. Okay, we got the condom. Thank God. We do not need more of you guys. I can't even enjoy this. It's not too bad so far. The sex isn't too bad so far. Like how it's being written. It's not too bad so far. But it would definitely be much better if they had any chemistry. If they had redeeming qualities, or he had redeeming qualities. Like, I don't... Okay. She lifts up higher on her knees and pulls her bottoms to the side, leaving them on as she begins to lower herself on top of me. That just doesn't work. Sorry. Like, I see it in, like, things I read sometimes, and it doesn't make any sense. That's not how that works. That's literally not how that works. Like, it would just slide right back. Like, they're tight, unless they're not the right size. They're tight, so they're just gonna go back, and it's just gonna rub against the staff. The staff as you're, and it's not going to be comfortable at all. And it's going to rub all of the slickness off, and it's going to get in the way, and you're not going to be able to do that. It's not going to work. Sorry, it's not accurate. She winces slightly when she begins to take me inside her, and I feel kind of bad that it hurts her, but not bad enough to stop myself from lifting my hips and sliding into her the rest of the way. Oh, she's in charge, and you just said, one, she's in charge. Two, you just said that it hurts her, and you said you feel bad, but then you literally force the rest in. Red flag central. I don't know, like, it just seems boring. The way it's written is just boring. It's not bad. I wouldn't call it bad, but it's boring. The second he arrived, she left. She just didn't finish. That's not a good sign. This is like a horror book where he has deluded himself, where he's delusional. He's insane. He needs to be in prison, and he's deluding himself into thinking that she deserves this and that she's begging for this, that she wants this, when she has shown every sign that she hates this, that she hates him, hates this, doesn't want him, that she wants to be away from him. She's even said that she doesn't like, she said it. She said that she doesn't like him, even if she's showing that she likes you. If she's saying she doesn't, then take her word, and you're a creep if you don't. He follows her to her room. As soon as her head meets the pillow, I'm on top of her, kissing her as expected. She pushes me away. What did I say about being clingy? I'm not being clingy, I say, kissing my way down her neck. We're not finished. I'm pretty sure... She pushes him away. I'm pretty sure we are finished, Warren. About 3 minutes ago. I finished, but you didn't finish. I can feel her resistance as she attempts to roll over. Warren, stop, she says, pushing me away. I don't pull away from her. Instead, I wrap my arm around her and slowly move my hand across her stomach. That's when she slaps me. I immediately pull away and look at her in shock. What shock? She pushes him away and scoots up towards the bed so he can't be touching her. I said stop. I work my jaw back and forth and not sure what to do. What do you mean you don't understand women? Women are so hard to understand. No one man will ever understand women. Meanwhile, women, stop. Men, I'm not sure what to do. I'm flabbergasted. In all my years of experience with girls, and even in all of the recent porn I've been watching, this isn't how sex usually goes. Am I misreading something here? Because I thought, we fucked Warren. It's over, now go to sleep. No, Bridget. You fucked.
Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
No way, this is real.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
No. Are you telling me you've never had an orgasm during sex? He's gonna be the hero. The hero that helps her finally get off there. She doesn't want you, bro. Go away. I let the covers slide in behind her, wrap my arm around her, pressing my hand to her stomach, pulling her against my chest. She practically growls at me, Warren, stop. I need you to shut up, Bridget. She doesn't move, so I roll her onto her stomach and slide on top of her. I pin her arms beneath my hands, just like she did to me earlier. Please don't resist me. I want to be in control, and I want you to do what I say. Understood? This man is the perpetrator. Perpetrator behavior. He is a perpetrator of sexual assault multiple times. She nods. Still don't think that means consent, but alright. It's not. So, she's actively not reacting. She doesn't seem to be enjoying it, and he's just trying to get a reaction out of her. Just leave her alone! Leave a woman alone challenge impossible. I slowly kiss my way down her stomach, and the lower I get, the tenser her body grows. I can feel her hesitation. Stop! I don't want to do this. I grip her hips and pull her back down. Lie back and close your eyes, Bridget. She continues to look at me with fear in her eyes, refusing to lie down, so I lift up onto the palms of my hands. Will you please stop being so stubborn and just relax? Fuck, woman. I want to give you the best 10 minutes you've ever had in your life, but you're making it really difficult. She bites her lip hesitantly, but does as I say. If you enjoy things like this, you're enjoying rape. Warren, please, she begins to protest. As soon as the word please leaves her mouth, my tongue slides against her. She cries out again, still trying to pull away from me. But he doesn't care. No! He's going inside without a condom! No! Ah! Okay, he pulls out, but that's still not safe. And then he immediately proceeds to pass out in her bed after sexually assaulting her. Cool. And then she has to wake him up to tell him to get out. I'm cringing. I shuffle my way across her bedroom, through our bathroom, into my own bed. I fall onto it and close my eyes, taking all of 3 seconds to fall right back asleep. End of chapter 5. Yeah. Well, I'm reading a book. Definitely. My previous statement of it being called the rape book was in fact accurate. Unfortunately, I don't always like being right. In fact, most times I don't, because I'm usually right about things like this. I want to cry. I want to die. I'm gonna go take a break for today, period. And I'll be back tomorrow to hopefully finish it. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm gonna go scrub my eyes and my brain. I'm calling Aaron.
Hello?
Aaron, I am suffering.
Hi. Why? What happened?
I cannot believe the things I'm reading right now. I am so dead serious. When I called it the rape book, let me just say I was so right. I don't like always being right.
Yeah, no, that sounds miserable.
But I am always right, even when it's about bad things. Truly, I am speechless. She has told him stop. Like, I should count.
You should count.
Actually,
please do.
I should count because she says no so many times, and then the only time that and then the only consent she gives is like a nod of her head. When he demands that she stops fighting him.
Of course, yeah. So that's consent, obviously.
No, of course, right? There's one chapter that was 2.5 pages long, and then the rape chapter, which is it's pages upon pages long.
Of course it is, because she's... Oh my god, I hate her.
How does that make any sense? Whatever. I just needed to complain to you on camera.
Oh, it's on camera. A great video, but awful at the same time.
A great, awful video.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
your videos.
All my videos. I forgot I was recording this whole time. Hello. I am back. Unfortunately, 2 days later because my card reader broke. It was not a fun time. It wasn't a fun time. And we're not even halfway through this book. And my life? I'd like to. Oh, and it's very cloudy today. It's gonna rain tonight. I love the rain. It's my favorite thing. It's gonna rain tonight though, so it's quite cloudy, so hopefully the lighting doesn't suck. Let's get going. Chapter 6. Oh, yes. Yes. Let's pick up where we left off. After the rape scene. After okay, yes, I'm looking forward to this one. Chapter 6. I watch her the entire time until Ridge taps me on the shoulder. You had sex with her, he signs. I immediately shake my head in defense. No, I sign back. Maybe. I don't know. It was an accident. You slept together or you didn't, and you did. You sure did. No. Raped her. Rose just lying for fun. Ah! I'm serious, Warren. This changes nothing. We aren't a couple. In fact, I'll probably bring other guys home, and you need to be prepared for that. She removes her hand from my mouth, and I disagree. You will not. You are not together. She has just never shown any interest in you. You sleep together, and then now you're like, you won't bring other guys home. You are predatory, possessive, vile. If you don't want me to want you anymore, it's not that hard. Just don't smile at me. I did everything right, and this scared her because she's not used to guys taking control over her. I made her feel weak. She doesn't like to feel weak. She obviously has serious power issues, and I messed with her head. This should probably make me feel guilty, but I'm proud. Every human has a weakness, and I think I just discovered what hers is. Me.
Why are you the way that you are? I hate so much about the things that you choose to be.
I crawl under the covers and close my eyes, but I can already tell I won't be able to sleep. It's as if last night awakened this hunger inside of me, and if I don't feed it every night before I go to bed, I'll never fall asleep. It's called obsession, babes. I toss the covers off and begin to walk to my door, but immediately U-turn to the nightstand for a condom. All I have on are boxers, so I slip it beneath the elastic band and open my bedroom door. Boobs. Her boobs. Oh, God. No, she was outside his door. I position myself directly behind her, run my hands over her back, down her waist. Put your palms against the door. She doesn't move them right away. I can feel her hesitation. I'm sure she doesn't want to hand over control again, but she needs to realize she lost control the second she showed up at my bedroom door. And now he's pulling her hair and stuff. And I'm like, look, I am not against BDSM or Dom sub dynamics. I'm not. But I am against these BDSM Dom and sub dynamics. They're not consensual. They were not talked about. They did not sit down to talk about this. They did not get a safe word. They did not. I mean, clearly he doesn't care about any of that anyway, because he's literally sexually assaulting her. So this is why people are scared to get into BDSM and be subs, because Doms are dangerous now. Nowadays. Finish the word. Okay, so now she said thank you. Like, they just finished. She said thank you. And now she is ducking her head as soon as she begins to smile. Okay, so now she's showing interest. But she wasn't before. And you sexually assaulted her before you got to this point. So it doesn't matter. My point is, this doesn't take away from anything. And even if I swear to God, anyone try to say, well, clearly she's fine with it because she's going back. Bro's never heard of abuse victims before. 3 solid weeks. 21 nights. Over 30 times we've had sex. Damn. I don't know why she refuses to treat what's going on between us like it's anything remotely significant, but I'm not complaining. I mean, come on, we have sex every night, and I don't have to dote on her during the day. I don't know what or whom Ridge has in mind, but I for sure don't think I can take the possibility of another guy moving in. As much as I want to pretend I'm casual with this arrangement as Bridget is, if another guy even looks at her ass in those shorts, I won't be able to refrain from beating his ass. And I'm not even the type of guy who fights other guys. But Bridget makes me want to fight everyone, even the nerdy guys. I'll hit all the humans if it means keeping up the arrangement I've got going with her. This is called obsession, babes. This is obsession. And that's not cute. And that's not funny. It's not anything but cringy and bad and like, oh my God. Like what? If a guy even looks at her ass in those shorts, I'm going to beat the shit out of them. Are we back in middle school? Are you a child? What is this? Is this gross posture? Is this gross possessiveness, this posturing? It's so nasty and cringe and ugh. You need therapy more than you need anything else. That's so mega unhealthy. So Warren comes out from their great night and there's a girl on the couch. So he's like, who are you? She's a friend of Ridge's. She said that her boyfriend decided to cheat on her. She didn't want to stick around to watch. And she knows Ridge somehow, and he let her stay the night. He was talking to her. He said that he likes her because something about like no one stands up to Bridget, and he thinks that she might, so he likes her because Bridget comes out and she trips over the girl's stuff. She just left it around. Yeah, she left it like around the kitchen or just the place. So she trips over them, and she says, "Jesus Christ!" She kicks one of the suitcases that are still on the floor next to the bar. Tell your little friend if she's staying here, she needs to take her shit to her room. My little friend. I turned to face the girl on the couch again, wide-eyed. I think Bridget already has an issue with this girl. All the more reason to make sure she becomes the new roommate because I like an angry Bridget. I'm also willing to bet a jealous Bridget would be a lot more clingy, which would work in my favor. I don't personally know the experience of someone without brain cells, so I don't understand. She says, Jesus Christ, because she trips over something. She's like, oh my God, oh, Jesus Christ. She was tripping. And then she said, tell your little friend if she's staying here, she needs to take her shit to her room. She's notoriously a little bit of a salty person. You know what I mean? To be honest, as she should. And then all of a sudden, Warren is like, I think she already has a problem with this girl. And she's gonna be jealous of her. And that would be just what I want because I like it when she's angry because I don't care for her mental well-being or her happiness. Are you opposed to porn? Not opposed to the principle of porn, but slightly opposed to being featured in one. I nod because that's probably a good thing. At least I won't have double the reason to watch every porn I can get my hands on.
Ain't no fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no
You're
way,
too
boy.
funny. Most people don't travel with their belongings, and if she's in search of somewhere to live, I want it to be here so I can ensure the new roommate doesn't have a dick. Plot twist, Bridget is bi. So the girl's name is Sydney, and Warren has given his stamp of approval. He likes her. He said she'll be perfect for us here. And at the very end, when he's leaving the apartment, he says, I close the door behind me, feeling slightly guilty that I may have swayed the roommate thing a little in my favor. But seriously, not only does this ensure our new roommate won't be putting the moves on Bridget, me when I forget that straight people aren't the only people to exist. It also makes for an interesting dynamic. 2 girls in a prank war may be the best thing that's ever happened to Ridge and me. Like, what are you even saying at this point? This is so unfortunate. I need to take a break. This is so unfortunate that this is my life. Ridge tells Warren that Bridget went out. Ridge then says, a guy picked her up about 3 hours ago. It looked like they were going out. Out, I sign. Out on a date? He nods. I suddenly want to punch Ridge, but I know he has nothing to do with it. I stand up and push the chair back under the table. She's on a date. Ridge is on a fucking date. This is such a bullshit. Why didn't I set boundaries? Why didn't I tell her she couldn't see other guys? What if she brings him back here? She will. She's so mean, she probably will. I grabbed my keys and signed to Ridge that I'll be back in a little while. I'll fix this. Somehow. Why didn't I set boundaries? In what relationship that you have? In what relationship? You guys aren't together. She was very clear about that. And she told you. She told you she's going to bring other guys back. And then that she's going to be going out with other guys. You said no. She still told you. Doesn't matter if you're like, no, you won't. She's told you. She told you. Guy, this is Warren. Warren, this is Guy. I look at him at all 6 metrosexual douchebag feet of him. This is the worst guy. Can we collectively agree? If you agree, put a clapping hands emoji in the comments that we all agree Warren's the worst guy. He's literally... it'd be hard to make a worse character that doesn't like kill people. You know what I mean? I narrow my eyes at her. She's doing this on purpose. She's testing me and I'm about to ace this test. She's testing you? She's testing you? That's what you got from this? She just says, Warren, do you mind giving us some privacy? I'm not saying that. She said it in a, apparently, don't trust him. Don't trust him. In a sickeningly fake, sweet voice. I'm not saying she isn't, like, you know what I mean? But like, she's doing this on purpose. She's testing me. This would be a perfect time to be sponsored by like BetterHelp or something. Oh God. Oh no. Oh God. So the guy went to the bathroom. Warren put something in the bathroom. The bathroom door opens, Guy walks out. He glances at me. I shake my head quickly. For all he knows, I'm just warning him man to man that he better run while he still can. I can tell he's terrified after saying what all I've planted in the restroom. And he's like now afraid of Bridget. And I do not want to see what is in this bathroom. Actually, what if I close the book now? Because I know it's going to make me mad. Hemorrhoid cream, wart remover, and cold sore relief. She's right. She literally said, you're a little boy, Warren. A jealous little boy. That's literally what he is. If I'm an asshole, then you're a cold-hearted, calculating, ruthless bitch. False. And they're like fighting in bed while she is squirting wart remover onto the bed. They're rolling around in the bed in wart remover and playing we're so silly, we're having so much fun, we're fighting in the bed while in wart remover. He's literally squirting wart remover in her hair. There's wart remover in her hair. There's wart remover on the bed and they're like we're so silly. Apparently she did this on purpose because he let another girl move in today. How old are these people? Because at this ripe age, this is not how you should be acting. This is how you should be acting in middle school. He tells her that he'll never leave. That she did that because she was scared. She was scared because she's never let anyone close enough to where their absence could hurt her. But it would hurt her if he left. So she wanted to hurt him first. Seeing you walk through the door with him hurt like hell, but I'm not going anywhere, Bridget. And I'm sure not interested in anyone else. So that little game you tried to play backfired. Because from now on, I'm the only man you're allowed to bring home. Understood? In true Bridget form, she refuses to answer. But I know that her refusal to answer is her way of saying I'm right and that she agrees. I know her not saying anything is her saying she agrees. You know? And they're going to have sex, aren't they? Because that's all that they do. Colleen Hoover's like a little obsessed with sex. You know what I mean? She's nothing I've ever wanted in a girl. And absolutely everything I need. Because that's how it always is. This is literally, I was right. This is like a middle school, high school trope. She's not like other girls. And that's why he's so interested in her. Because she's so different. He never would have gone for someone like her. But she's so different that she must be perfect. Okay, you don't get to now. No. She goes into the bathroom to take a shower. He follows her. She didn't lock the door, so he's like, clearly she wanted me to come in or whatever. And he doesn't know what she wants once he goes in, to take her against the shower wall or apologize or talk to her or whatever. So he sits on the toilet. Does this scare you, Bridget? I know she hears me, but she doesn't answer. That means yes. I let my head fall into my hands and I vow to remain calm. This is how she relates. She doesn't know any different. Somehow, over the course of her 22 years, she's never learned how to love or even communicate, really. That's not her fault. You don't get to suddenly be like a different person. You don't get to suddenly start caring all of a sudden after like stalking her, raping her, controlling her life. When she directly going against what she said, what she's told you she does and does not want. Even if she didn't mean it, it doesn't matter because she still said it. You guys didn't discuss that. Like you didn't have the discussion of she's like, listen, when I say these things, I actually mean yes. So you can treat me as if I said yes. No, he's just doing it. Wait, what do you mean? She doesn't even know how to communicate, really. It's not her fault. You don't know how to communicate. I think that's very clear in all of these pages that you don't know how to communicate. And when she's had a rough life. Her mom gave her to like her grandma. Her grandma died, so she went to her aunt and uncle's. Her aunt hated her, and her uncle loved her in all the wrong ways. So her entire life has been sexual assault, and then Warren does the same thing. She's never had a break from it. She's never had a break. That was her growing up. That was her childhood. That's her job. And now that's what she gets at home. You deserve so much better, Bridget. You deserve so much better. Get out of here. Ew. What the fuck? He will not stop pestering her to find someone who's loved her before. Like he will not let it go. He's like, someone had to have loved you before. Is it your mom, your dad, your grandma, your whatever? And she's like, bruh. She just like make you driving home. You're driving home how much no one's ever loved me before. So he will not let it go. She's tired of it. So she's like, if you're planning on asking me questions like this all night, I'd much rather you just fuck me. He says, I cover my mouth with my hand, absorbing her words like a knife to the chest. She seriously can't be this broken. No one can be this alone, can they? What do you mean no one can be this alone, can they? What do you mean no one can be this alone? Huh? Are you the most privileged person to ever exist in the world? What are you talking about? I step into the shower. She looks at me in shock as my clothes quickly become drenched. I take her face in my hands and I kiss her. I don't kiss her fast. I don't kiss her rough. I don't kiss her hard. I press my lips to hers with such delicacy I want her to feel everything she's ever deserved to feel at the hands of someone else. She deserves to feel beautiful. She deserves to feel important, cared for, respected. She deserves to feel like there's at least one other person in this world who accepts her for exactly who she is. She deserves to know how I feel, because I feel all of those things. And maybe a little more. That was chapter 8. She deserves so much better. So much better. So much better. When that's all that she's gone through literally all of that. She went through all of that absolute nonsense, and then she's like, and then she gets him. And this is the first time she's ever being vulnerable with someone, ever being open, naked with someone. And it has to be with him. With him. She deserves so much better than to have that with him. That's her first time feeling that way, and she has to do it with him, who literally, like, basically does all the same things. Like, this is so messed up. Like, she deserves so much better than Warren. And also, he doesn't accept her for exactly who she is. He complains about her all the time. So they've been having much more intimate sex recently. And he said, we've been sleeping together for a few months now, but this is the first time we've ever actually done anything that didn't involve sex. Crazy. Which also makes me wonder if I should ask her out on a date eventually. I know she's not a typical girl, but surely she likes some of the same things other girls do. I know she's not your stereotypical girl because she's not like them. She's not like other girls. And I know that. Okay. Okay. It's fine. He's still looking for the porn. It's so weird to me. It's just so weird to me. Like, He decided to hold her hand in the car. She took it away because she didn't like it. She said, you were smiling too much. What? I reach over and grab her hand again and pull it back to me. I was smiling because I like holding your hand. She yanks her hand back. I know that's why I don't want you to hold it. She doesn't like you, bro. God damn it. She's not winning this one. I reach across the seat again, swerving the car in the process. She tries to shove her hand between her legs so I can't grasp it. I pull out her wrist instead. I release the steering wheel to reach across with both hands, steering with my knee. Give me your hand, I say through clenched teeth. I want to hold your damn hand.
Take your hand! shake your hand. Shake your hand. I'm gonna shake your hand. I want to shake his hand. I want to shake his hand. I want to shake his hand.
I have to grab the wheel to steer us back into our lane. Once we're no longer in danger of crashing, I slam on the brakes as I pull over to the side of the road. I throw the car in park and lock the door so she can't run. I know how she works. I lean across the seat and pry her hand away from being tucked against her chest. I grab her wrist with both hands and pull her toward me. She's still trying to fight me by pulling her hand away, so I release her and look directly into her eye. Just one. Give me your hand. You're just putting the world at risk, at danger. You're risking crashing. You're literally to hold her hand in the car, which she doesn't want. This isn't cutesy hee hee ha ha. You literally almost just crashed. You could have just crashed into someone. Crashed into a vehicle with 4 kids and a single mom. Like, you know what I mean? Just because you wanted to hold Bridget's hand and she wouldn't let you. Oh, I'm just a little baby. I'm just a little baby who just wanted to hold my girlfriend's hand. She's gonna hold my damn hand whether she likes it or not. And you are going to go to therapy whether you like it or not. No. First off, I'm not doing this. Second off, I'm not doing this. And third of all, I'm not doing this. She goes into a laugh attack at the light once the whole thing happens. You're insane, Warren. Why am I insane? Because who throws that big of a fit over holding someone's hand? I don't move a muscle. You do, Bridget. The smile slowly leaves her face because she knows I'm right. She knows she's the one who made a big deal out of holding hands. It was me who wanted to show her how easy it was. It was not her! It was you, sir! Sorry, I just don't remember her being the one swerving the car around and having to jerk to the side and pull over to the side. I don't remember her putting the public at danger, putting everyone at danger with the thousands of pounds of the vehicle because she wouldn't hold your hand because, sorry, I don't remember her being that one. Sorry, I must have read it wrong. Colleen, you are out of your mind, crazy, insane. It was not her. And she knows I'm right. And as if you're framing it as if he's right. He's not right. It was him. She didn't want it. He forced it onto her. And then you say that she's the one that made the scene of swerving the car around and everything? Like, no. He should have just respected that. This is something that she just didn't want to hold hands. He's the one that almost killed them. I am losing my mind. And I previously said sorry. I was like, sorry, I'm losing my mind. I'm not sorry. Why would I ever be sorry for losing my mind over this? You sure do know how to make a guy feel like shit, Bridget. Yourself. 3 blocks is all it takes for her to do the most considerate thing she's ever done for me since the moment I met her. She reaches to the steering wheel and takes my hand. She pulls it into her lap, slides her fingers between mine. She doesn't stop there, though. Her right hand slides over the top of my hand, and she strokes it. She strokes my fingers and the top of my hand and my wrist and back down to my fingers. She stares out her window the whole time, but I can feel her. I can feel her speaking to me and holding me and making love to me, all in the motion of her hands. And I smiled the entire way to my sister's house. You're making her apologize for doing nothing wrong. I can't even tell you how negative wrong she did here. Genuinely. Seriously. Colleen, I'm worried for your kids. I'm worried for you. You should be in therapy. Like, I cannot believe people like this just run around in the world. His sister named her child Brody. Brody. That's just tragic. She's not like other girls. Bridget's not like other girls. She doesn't know how to deal with kids. She doesn't know how to deal with kids. She's never been around a kid. She's not like other girls. I've never held a baby before. I don't know how to, you know what I mean? Because there's not having held a baby before, not having interacted with one. And then she's holding Connor, the kid, under his armpit, staring at me wide-eyed. What do I do with it? She whispers. Her eyes are filled with terror. Have you never held a kid before? She immediately shakes her head. I don't know any kids. Me, a kid, Connor says. Bridget gasps and looks at Connor, who is staring right at her with just as much terror and fascination. It talked! Oh my god, you talked! Say cat. Cat, Connor repeats. She laughs nervously, but is still holding him like he's a dirty towel. And I know for a fact this is to get her intimate with the idea of having kids, because they're going to. She's totally going to get pregnant with his kid. Definitely, because I think Colleen has a breeding kink. They're talking about kidnapping kids right now. I would just like to point out that they're talking about kidnapping kids right now. I never thought I wanted kids, but you do now. No, not really, but maybe if I could have Connor at that age for like a year, maybe 2, then I'd probably get tired of him and not want him anymore, but a year or 2 out of my life might be fun. So why don't you kidnap him and bring him back when he's 5? But you know it was me. I'd never tell I like you more than I like him. You love your sister too much to do that to her. It would never work. We'd have to kidnap someone else's kid. I sigh. Yeah, you're probably right. Besides, we should probably kidnap a celebrity's kid. That way we could get ransom out of it and never have to work again. We could give the kid back, take the money, and spend the rest of our lives having sex all day. You're so romantic, Warren. No other guy has ever promised me a kidnapping and ransom. I tilt her chin up so that her mouth is positioned closer to mine. Like I said, you just haven't met the right asshole. Do people read this for fun? To Brody or anyone else watching, that was just a kiss on the cheek. But knowing Bridget like I know her, that was a whole lot more than just a kiss. That was her saying she doesn't need anyone else. That kiss on the cheek means we're official. That kiss on the cheek means I have a girlfriend. It does not! You know what means you have a girlfriend? I'd like to be your girlfriend. Can we be girlfriend-boyfriend? Can we be together? Hey, do you want to get together? Hey, do you want to be partners? Any of those. And notice there's something in common with all of those. Do you want me to tell you or do you want to figure it out? I'll give you some time. Okay, go. They were all words. They were all words spoken out loud to the other person. Communication. It was communication via words. It was communication. It was words. I've had enough for today. I should have started filming earlier. The sun is down. Light's bad. I will be back tomorrow, hopefully. And we'll finish this damn book. We are back for the last day of this stupid book that I should not have spent this much time reading. I should not have spent this much time reading. And I do regret it. Yeah. That we're finishing it today. Period. I refuse to spend more time than today reading this. So we are on chapter 10. And I believe, how many chapters are there? There are only 11 Oh! This is the rest that we have left. We're literally almost done. Okay, let's finish this shit. Oh my god, we have a sensible person. We have a sensible person, and it's Sydney. Of course it's Sydney. We love Sydney. So you think it's official because she kissed you on the cheek? Sydney says, confused. She didn't get it. She's like everyone else and sees Bridget at face value, which is fine. Bridget gives people a pretty rough face value, and Bridget's right. That's Bridget's right. Bitch, read right. I stopped trying to explain to Sydney my relationship with Bridget. Besides, I kind of like that no one gets it. In fact, last night, we moved past the slow and steady streak we've been on and played out a fantasy of mine that involved her Hooters uniform. He finally got the Hooters uniform fantasy. Thank God. Finally. He's been waiting for so long. He's been begging. He's been screaming, crying, throwing up. Finally, right? I have stopped trying to explain to people my relationship with her because no one gets it. We're just different. Warren is sad because no one wants to listen to him talk about his and Bridget's sex life. He's sad. He misses Brennan because he always listened. He wishes he just had someone to talk to about his and Bridget's sex life. It really is so tragic. He has no one else to talk to about him sexually assaulting people. It genuinely is so sad. Oh, she's talking to Warren about Sydney, like out loud, saying things like, that girl obviously has it bad for you and you can't even respect me enough to distance yourself from her until I'm out of the house. And I don't like how she's up your ass all the time. Because she thinks that Sydney's deaf for some reason, and she's not. Ugh. So Sydney obviously is like, excuse me, can you stop? Can you stop saying these things about me? I'm not deaf. I'm not a whore. And I don't even know sign language and I'm not flirting with him. Like, And she even said, and from now on, please stop yelling when you speak to me. She was kind, actually. I glance up just in time to see a flood of hurt wash over Bridget's face. She marches up to her room and slams the door. Go grow up! Like, what's been happening to you? I'm sorry and you deserve better, but like, Sydney's done nothing wrong to you, and she was very kind. Get it together. This is going to be impossible to fix. Sydney just single-handedly ruined my entire relationship with that outburst. Okay, it wasn't all her. I played a huge part in it too. If that is what ruins your relationship, you didn't have one to begin with. This is what happens when you build relationships based off of no communication. Zero communication. Then this happens. So Sydney knocks on Bridget's door and then slides in. So I assume Bridget told her to come in, which means she probably sees that she was in the wrong at least a little bit here. And this is our declaration of love from Bridget. I sit up straight and watch in fear as she swiftly walks towards me. She kneels down onto the couch and slides her leg across my lap, straddling me. I'm so confused. Her hands meet my cheek and she sighs. I can't believe I'm falling in love with such a stupid, stupid asshole. My heart wants to rejoice, but my mind is pulling on reins. Falling in love with an asshole. A stupid, stupid asshole. Holy shit, that's me! Wonder what gave you that clue. What a sweet declaration of love. Truly, so sweet. It's so sweet. Not that it has to be sweet, it's just dumb. I guess it's fine. It's just like, it always feels like something's lacking here. Like something should have happened between certain scenes, or like, feels like there are words missing. Like there's something, like substance is missing. And they're gonna have sex, because of course they are. Of course they are. Why would they do anything different? Is it possible to have a sex kink? Like a kink for sex specifically? You know what I mean? Because I think that's what Colleen Hoover has. Maybe she invented it. Oh my god, she invented it? That's crazy. And she also mentioned that one night when you were drunk and you said that you might love me. And that just, I don't know, Warren. God, I love this. I love her nervousness. I love her hesitation. I love that she's talking to me so openly. That would be like, so let me explain. When I read things that make me cringe or make me go, ugh, or just whatever, that's not a good feeling, I think about if I was reading this in a fic with a ship that I like, usually Jarrah because they're my like OTP. I mean, I have several OTPs, but you know. So I'll picture it with Jarrah or another ship that I have. And I'm like, is it truly bad, or is it just because I don't like the character, or you know what I mean? So I did that with this. And it's a mix of both. It would be better if their relationship was different, if Warren was different. Like, I love her nervousness. I love her hesitation. It would be different if he wasn't a creep from the beginning. But at the same time, it's still weird. Like, I was picturing, and if you don't know the characters, it's fine. I'm just explaining. I was picturing, like, yes, you're saying this about Geralt, because her, Bridget and Geralt are kind of similar. Kind of. And I understand the part that I love that she's talking to me so openly. That's fine. It's mostly about I love her nervousness. I love her hesitation. If Jaskier was saying that about Geralt, even though Geralt and Bridget are quite similar, I would be like, that's weird. Why do you like that there's hesitation and nervousness? Like, why do you actively love it, like it? You know what I mean? It's giving weird. You should have expanded on that a little bit more. Like, I love her nervousness because that shows that she's taking this seriously, or something like that. It's just, I love her nervousness. I love her hesitation. Same as how he's been, like, predatory this entire time. He's been a creep this entire time. It gives creepy, and I just don't like it. It gives not good feelings, you know. Okay, so they're swapping I love yous and like falling in love or whatever. And she said, I think I should clarify that I never said I was in love with you. I just said I was falling in love with you. There's a difference, which there is, but not in the way that Warren thinks there's a difference, apparently. The only difference between falling in love and being in love is that your heart already knows how you feel, but your mind is too stubborn to admit it. I would say that's false. There's a difference between falling in love and being in love, because falling in love is you're still actively falling. Like, you fell in love with maybe the part of them that you know, but you're still falling. You're still learning that you're still falling in love. You're not in love yet. You are currently falling in love. Like, it would almost be a little easy to fall out of it, if that makes sense. Being in love, you're already there. You're already in love with the person. And while you can still keep falling in love,
you're currently in love with the person themselves. You're in love with them and you're still falling. There's falling in love, there's being in love, and then there's being in love and still falling in love. It's a bit complicated, but I think there's a definite difference between falling in love and being in love. I don't think it's because your heart already knows how you feel, but your mind's too stubborn to admit it. I don't think that that's what that means. Then I whisper in her ear, but take all the time you need. I have nothing but patience for you. I mean, the rest of the book says that's false and wrong, but that is a sweet sentiment. If it is true, that's sweet, that's good. We like that. But I've seen a lot of evidence to the contrary. Whoa! 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 Hold on! What's going on? Hold on! Let's pause. Hold on! After that, they have like a little makeout session, and then she asks him to stop and pulls away, and she looks guilty. What's the matter? I ask her. She quickly shakes her head. I'm the worst person in the world, she whispers. It was a prank, Warren, she says softly as she stands. What do you mean? She turns to face me with her eyes so full of shame she can't even look at me without wincing. I was trying to get back at you for letting me think Sydney was deaf. I said all that because I was mad at you, not because it's really how I feel. I'm not falling in love with you, Warren. I think you're standing on my heart, Bridget. It's a weird little inclusion, but whatever. I didn't mean to take it that far. This is really awkward. I'm going to go back to my room now. She closes the door behind her. I'm too numb to feel, too numb to move, too numb to process the word that just came out of her mouth. My throat hurts, my stomach hurts, my chest hurts, even my fucking lungs hurt, and oh my god, it hurts so much. She comes back in. That whole thing that just happened, that was her frown transformed into a shit-eating grin. That was actually the prank. I mean, I really can't say that he doesn't deserve it, to be entirely honest. I really can't say he doesn't deserve it. I want the worst for him, so... She runs and jumps on the bed and begins dancing around me. You should have seen your face! She's laughing and jumping, bouncing every aching part of me up and down on the bed. I want to kill her. When you're a creep, you shouldn't be saying things like that. She falls to her knees, leans over me, pressing her lips to mine. When she pulls back, I don't want to kill her anymore. How romantic. My whole body's miraculously healed by her smile. I feel better than I've ever felt. I feel stronger, more alive, happier, and somehow more in love with her than I was 5 minutes ago. I pull her against me. That was a really good prank, Bridget. I hold her for several quiet minutes, replaying the entire scene in my head. God, you're such a bitch. She laughs again. I know. I bet you finally met the right asshole. Oh, shut up! Oh, be quiet. Be hushed. This is the most ridiculous shit I've ever heard in my life. This is the most ridiculous nonsense I've ever heard in my life. The fact that you're that upset and heartbroken, or whatever you want to call it, and then all of a sudden she kisses you and she's smiling, and you're like, my whole body's miraculously healed by her smile. This is the straightest thing I've ever read in my life. I feel better than I've ever felt. I feel stronger, more alive, happier, and somehow more in love with her than I was 5 minutes ago. She broke my heart, and now I'm so in love with her. This is when I tell you that this video is sponsored by BetterHelp. Just kidding, it was a joke. /J. We are on the last chapter of the book. Thank God! We're at chapter 11, and we're almost done forever. And then maybe I'll just return the other Colleen Hoover book that I got, because this is not worth it. Guess who woke up in Bridget's bed again this morning? Me. And guess who'll be falling asleep in Bridget's bed tonight? That's right, me. And now they're cuddling on the couch, and he's like, this is a first, and it's incredible. I love how she makes me appreciate such simple, mundane things. You don't get to have their entire relationship built on assault, lack of consent, like ignoring consent, sexual assault, obsession, stalking, all these things, and then be like, but look how like sweet it is now. Now he's appreciating the simple and mundane things, and because this is the first, it's incredible. The first time we've ever cuddled, it's just so sweet, and I'm just so appreciative and in love, and it's like, let's remember how we got here. Let's remember how we got here. Oh, they're holding the results to see if she is their sibling or not by blood. And apparently Brennan is not pleased by the results. What's gonna happen? Just tell me, she whispers. Brennan looks down at his feet and then up to me. The look in his eyes is enough for Bridget to know that she's not any closer to figuring out who her real father is than she was a few months ago. She inhales a deep breath and stands up. She mutters a thank you to Brennan and begins heading towards her bedroom, but he grabs her by the arm and pulls her into him. He wraps his arms around her and gives her a hug, but in true Bridget fashion, she doesn't allow it to last more than 2 seconds. She begins to cry, and I know that Bridget doesn't want anyone to see her cry. She ducks her head and rushes to her room. Okay, see, this is what I'm saying again. You don't get to build a relationship off of garbage and then throw in sweetness and actual healthy dynamics at the end. I'm not gonna forgive and forget. I'm not good at consoling, so I'm not sure what I can say to make her feel any better. Instead, I just climb into bed and scoot in behind her. I feel like all of you accept me for who I am, and that's never happened before. Now that Brennan knows I'm not his sister, what happens now? Do I just leave? I squeeze her tighter, hating that she even thinks that's an option. Over my and Brody's dead bodies. No way I'm letting you go anywhere. She laughs and wipes at her eyes. You guys don't have to be nice to me out of pity. I roll her onto her back and shake my head in confusion. Pity? This isn't pity, Bridget. I mean, yeah, I feel bad for you. Yeah, it might have been cool if you were their sister, but that doesn't change anything. I don't care whose sister you are. I love you all the same. I added the all on accident, actually. That would have been a better inclusion. Her eyes widen and I can feel her body stiffen in my arms. I didn't say I was falling in love this time. I just told her I loved her, like actively. And yes, those 3 words could probably make her flip out more than any of the 3 words in the English language, but I can't take it back. I won't take it back. I love her and I've loved her for months now, and I'm tired of being too scared of her reaction to say it. She begins to shake her head. Warren, I know, I interject. I said it. Get over it. I love you, Bridget. It's like we were doing good for a second. I was like, okay, this is actually turning into like good writing. And again, these are completely different characters, except for Bridget, but whatever. But we were actually going into some good territory, which again, so would have been bad. No matter how good writing is, no matter how good the characters all of a sudden are, it's a massive change. And remember how we got here. Let's remember how we got here. So it would have been still bad, but it was getting into good. I was like, okay, we're getting into good writing. I'm liking what he's saying. I'm liking. But then he was like, I know. I said it. Get over it. I love you. She's uncomfortable with it. She's uncomfortable with it. You know what I mean? And like, you just told her this. Give her time. You just said that you were going to give her time and patience. Wait. I have nothing but time and patience for you. Me when I lie, because next chapter, her jaw grows tense and she places her hands against my chest. You're a liar, she snaps, attempting to roll out from under me. Here we go again. I pull her back to the mattress while she attempts to squirm away. You're exhausting, you know that? I roll her onto her back and she begins to nod frantically. That's right, Warren. I'm exhausting. I'm mean. I always see the glass half empty, and if you think telling me you love me will make me any nicer and less exhausting, you're wrong. You can't change me. Everyone wants to change me, but I am who I am, and if you think me telling you that I love you too will make me shit out unicorns and rainbows, you're wrong. I hate unicorns and rainbows. I don't want you to change, Bridget. I'm not in love with who you could be, or who you used to be, or who the world says you should be. I'm in love with you. Right now, just like this. Stop. Stop telling yourself that you aren't lovable because it's pissing me off. I don't care if you aren't ready to admit how you really feel about me yet. She's crying. He says it again. She keeps crying. I'm afraid she's about to break and push me away like she always does. He kisses her again. I can't believe I'm in love with such a stupid, stupid asshole. I love you, Warren. I'm in love with Bridget. Bridget is in love with me. All is finally right in the world. It's written like a bad fanfic. Neither one of us is in control this time. She makes love to me at the same time I make love to her, and no one is in charge. No one's calling the shots. It's completely equal now. Sweet. That's sweet. That's nice. Should have kind of been like that the entire time, but you know, whatever. I love you, Warren. I love you, Bridget. And no one argues. It's so healthy. It's so healthy that your immediate reaction, and no one argues for the first time. Hashtag healthy relationship goals. He convinces her to move into his bedroom, which just means moving her bed in, and leaving her clothes in her room. So she's basically just moving her bed in, and she's going to stay in his room most of the time, I guess. I need to ask you something else. She falls into her back. So help me God, Warren. If you ask me to marry you, I'll cut your nuts off. I don't want to marry you, I say. Yet. But will you go on a date with me? She looks away from me and stares at the ceiling. Oh my God, she whispers. We've never been on a date before? Not a real one. She slaps her hand to her forehead. I'm such a whore. I already moved in with you and we haven't even been on a date. You're not a whore, I say to her with mock reassurance. We haven't even had sex. Oh wait, I grimace. You are such a whore. A huge slutty whore who wants me to try anal with her tonight. This is so romantic. It's so sweet, truly. She's in an unusually agreeable mood right now, which leads me to believe that maybe, just maybe, I have one more question, Bridget. She cocks an eyebrow and slowly shakes her head. I'm not telling you the name of that porn. I drop her hand and roll onto my back. Fuck. Maybe not. The end. Finn. What a lovely book. Not a waste of time.
I very much enjoyed myself. Would read again. That was humiliatingly bad. Actually, should I never do an accent again? 10 out of 10. Would read again. Oh, by the way, you're like, what accents are these? I don't know. I'm just accenting, you know? And then there's this part in the book. Enjoy an excerpt from Colleen Hoover's Maybe Someday, the novel that inspired the characters. And maybe not. The novel that inspired the characters. So this was before. Should I have read this book first? Uh-oh. 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 What's that? I'm confused as fuck. Let me take to the internet. Hold on. I'm not the smartest. Cookie in the toolbox, you know? The Maybe Someday series begins with book 1, Maybe Someday. Oops! My bad. I was not aware. For the full experience, maybe someday, maybe not, then maybe now. There's 3, and I read the second one on accident. Cool. Solid. Well, oops. A daisies. That's my bad. Still not a good book. Still not a good book. Well, you know, I would say maybe I'll read the other 2, but maybe not. That was so good. I'm the funniest person. Sorry. All in all, I just genuinely wonder, without like any joking, what like happened, or like what made Colleen Hoover this way. I know that sounds funny, but I'm also being serious. I think she's like one of the women that that's in the pro shipping video when I was talking about how girls will grow up reading things. This is just an example. I'm not even saying this is a good example. I'm just giving an example. Like Twilight, and then grow up thinking that that's the dynamic they should be looking for, even though it's just complete manipulation and unhealthy dynamics and relationships and gaslighting, and it's abusive. But you grow up thinking that's what it should be, what love looks like, because your brain was developing it was developing to become full, and then you're absorbing this information and saying things by people saying like, oh, I love this. This is amazing. This is so romantic. This is so sweet. I wish I had something like this. And you think, oh, this is the pinnacle of love. This is how it should be. You grow up with patriarchal standards in your head, with the beauty standards, with all the different things, like how you'll be like a pick-me girl. But the thing is, usually, at least with like millennials and Gen Z specifically, you grow out of it. Like that's usually just a phase, and then you end up growing out of it. And that's why now it's very much talked about how being a pick-me girl is, or I meant like the not like other girls, but that's still pick-me. It's more talked about now that that's like an immature stance, that people are like, that's so cringy, but then they're also understanding, although more people need to be understanding of how, well, it's not really their fault. That's how they grew up, thinking that they had to be not like other girls in order to be cool and valid, because being a girl is bad. So it's good to be not like all the other ones, because all the other ones are bad. But you want to be good, so you have to not be like them. And the mix of those two things, and just growing up like that, growing up with patriarchy in your head, and then not growing out of it, leads to things like this. Leads to things like maybe not. Leads to things like all the books Colleen Hoover has written. Because that's where she still is, which makes sense as she's an older woman. And it really just is sad, because she shouldn't have to be like that. She shouldn't have to think like this. She deserves better as a woman. As a person, she deserves better than that. But then it becomes unfortunate in the way that you can only feel bad for her a certain amount, because then she inflicts it onto her kids, and then she inflicts it onto the entire world via her books. And now she's raising the new generation it's a whole cycle. It all comes around. It all comes back around. Raising the new generation, influencing people whose brains are still developing, because your brain isn't fully developed till you're like 25, sometimes a little bit older, and writing things like this for them to read, just like Twilight, read and grow up thinking, oh, this is how it should be, because you see people all online freaking out about how they were crying when they read things like this. It was so good, and I wish I had a boyfriend like Warren. I wish that this is how how relationships should be. I wish I had a relationship like this. They read that. Even if they're over 25, even if their brain is developed, they read that and they're like, they're right. That's how it should be. That's what I should look for. That's what I should try and make my relationships like. And if in order to get a Warren, I have to be a Bridget, then I'll become a Bridget and I won't be myself. I'll become a Bridget. I'll become not like other girls so I can get a guy like Warren. So then it's the whole completed cycle. The whole cycle is completed and repeated. Now they're like, I need to not be like other girls. So they become pick-me so that they can get a Warren because other girls, other pick-me's and everything. I was like, this is so good. I wish I had a Warren. They read that. They're like, oh, I want a Warren because clearly that's how relationships should be. So I want a Warren. So I'm going to become like Bridget, not like other girls. So I'm essentially going to become like the person that I listened to in the first place about how finding a Warren is what I need to do. And I'm going to become just like that person and just like Bridget. I'm going to become a pick-me. I'm going to become someone who's not like other girls so that I can find a Warren, even though it's abusive because Colleen Hoover said so, because she grew up the exact same as I'm growing up now. And it's just heartbreaking. It's so sad. It shouldn't be how it is. And I wish it was different, but I mean, it's up to us to make it different. It's up to us to change that. It's up to us to make videos like this. It's up to us to read things like this and call out the problematic parts. It's up to us to read things like this and be like, Colleen Hoover, this is bad because of this. The reason we're hating on it, the reason is because it's hurting other people. And that actually relates to my previous video, or one of my previous videos, about pro shipping. About how not speaking out against harmful things just continues the harm because you're not speaking out against it, so you're allowing it to continue, therefore supporting it, because you're not saying that it's bad. So it's not going to stop because no one's speaking out against it. You see what I mean? That's why we need to speak out against these things, talk about how they are problematic so that we can take our responsibility that I was just talking about of creating change, to create a better world, a better life for, in this situation, in this context, little girls, other little girls and women, so that they don't grow up the same way that we did and they can live better. They can be better, they can be happier, because while it's bittersweet because we wish that was us, we can make it better for them so that they can continue that. And it only gets better and healthier. That's what we want. So yeah, books like this are trash. They're garbage. Because what's the good here? What's good here? If it's written, if this is written, but for instance, like I was talking about earlier, we're supposed to believe genuinely that Warren is an unhealthy, like, psychopath or something who is genuinely deluding himself into thinking these things, and she just has, like, this isn't the right term, but you'll understand what I mean when I say it, like Stockholm Syndrome or something like that. And, like, Warren's supposed to be bad, and Bridget's supposed to be a victim. And we're supposed to think those things, like that's canon. That's different. A good book. That would be a good book. That would make sense. I'd be like, oh, dang. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, dang. I might like the book then. But that was not the case. It was not supposed to be intentional. You're supposed to actually like Warren, think he's a good guy. You're supposed to think that he, like, saved Bridget, he helped Bridget, that they're actually in love, and that it's a healthy, good relationship. And it's not. And to say that it is just harmful and just wrong. But that's the end of my rant. As you can tell, I didn't like the book. I don't like the author, but I do have the other book. What is it called? I keep hitting the mic. I forgot what it's called, so I'll put it somewhere on the screen. I'll probably read it and make another video on it. I don't think it'll be the same. I don't think it'll be a reaction. I think I'll probably read it and then go over it like how most people do. But I guess maybe it depends on how good this video does, because if it does real good, then I'm like, I'll just take extra time, because it's definitely a bigger book than this one. Hello? Okay, thank you, bye. I'm getting food. Anyways, maybe I'll take my time and just be like, instead of a rushed video like this, not really rushed, but like every day, like I'm trying to get it done. You know what I mean? I'll just take my time. I won't rush it, and I'll still do a reaction, and it'll just take longer, depending on how this video does. Because this was already kind of difficult to film, but as of now, it is December 1st, and it's 5 o'clock. I don't know why I'm telling you that, I just kind of want to. So I wonder when it'll get out, when this video will actually be out. I wonder what will have changed by then. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, because I did not enjoy this book, but I did enjoy talking about it at the end. I'm trying to get a little bit more into book content. Nothing will I will not replace fan fiction. I will not replace my videos, such as like pro shipping videos or the queer bidding videos. They're not going anywhere. I just want to include. What's a better way to start than to get into Colleen Hoover? Though I did make I did make another book video about the Percy Jackson books, though it wasn't about the Percy Jackson books. They were just the books I was reading. If you're here, I assume you're interested in book content, so just in case, it's called Can I Read 5 Books in 5 Days or something like that? Because it's very challenging for me to read books because I'm a fanfic reader, and I always have been. I was a book reader until I discovered fanfiction, and then that ship sailed. Pun intended. I did talk about the books specifically themselves as well. So it's both Can I Read 5 Books in 5 Days and both like talking about the Percy Jackson books. So if you want to read that or watch, if you want to watch. So if you're not into Percy Jackson, you should enjoy it. If you are into Percy Jackson, you should enjoy it. So I'll go watch that if you want. It's going to be a significantly shorter video. Significantly. But I'm done with this. I'm absolutely done with this. Maybe I should take it back to the store. Again, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like the video if you liked it. Like the video if you didn't like it, because the dislike button doesn't exist. Subscribe if you enjoyed this video and want to see more. Even if you don't like to see more and you didn't like the video, subscribe anyway, because I'm trying to get to 10K subscribers. Oh, why wouldn't you subscribe? I'm amazing. Ring the bell to get a notification right as I post, because the first day that I post is when I'm at my most active and will likely see all of your comments. So ring the bell if you want to see more of my content. Ring the bell if I'm just repeating myself. Sorry, brain cells are gone. You know, hit the mic one more time, see what happens, Ava. Thank you so much for getting to this part of the video if you did. I appreciate it more than you could even imagine, especially for this video. And if you got to this part of the video, comment a broken heart emoji. Comment a broken heart emoji, because was this really worth it? Was this truly worth it? And even if you liked the video, you likely didn't like the book, you know. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you didn't, I get it. Oh, I sure do get it. But, remember to be a good person and not a bad one, because it is the one rule of this kingdom, the one law of this kingdom. It's really not that hard, and it's obligatory. And do remember that I will not see you, but you will see me next time, because that, again, is how videos work. I hate everything, actually. Absolutely everything. Everything, actually. Everything, actually. You know, Love Actually? No. Everything, actually. I hate everything, actually. This thing is really grinding my gears.